Welcome everyone, TheDailyWoo here. As the recording of this, it is Tuesday, August 1st, 2023. The first day of August, my birth month. A little bit later in the month. I am wearing an appropriate t-shirt because I am at the forefront of downtown Disney, about to head into Disneyland. Just gonna ride a couple attractions. It's a little later in the day, I think it's about 4:30 p.m. Gonna stay probably until dark and just check out and see what's happening around the park. There's a lot changing, a lot of construction updates, and just see, kind of just winging it, see where the wind blows, if you will. My glasses are a little, probably need to get some new glasses at some point. Nonetheless, I'm inviting you to join me. Not even kidding when I say there's a lot of things happening in the park. Some closures, some construction, and I believe some new merchandise. I think the Halloween merchandise might have come out in the last couple days since the last time I was in here. Join me. Halloween season is already here. What the heck? Shall you? And speaking of construction, look at this. Sorcerer's Cap is completely covered by scrim. I don't think I've ever seen the Sorcerer's Cap. I was here the other day, popped in when I flew into town and noticed this. But I don't think I've ever, in all my years coming here, I don't think I've ever seen the Sorcerer's Cap blocked off like this. And then over here, look at this. Look how much is happening where the old theater used to be. There's just beehive of activity out here. Yeah, you'll just notice this is going vertical. Well, this is where Earl's Sandwich used to be and the theater. I'm kind of curious what they're going to do with the former ESPN zone or the previous area over here that was the Rainforest Cafe that is now a Star Wars thing. But I wonder if they're gonna, also if you look at satellite images of this years ago, there's a baseball diamond on top of the old ESPN zone building. I think they painted over it, but years ago you could always see you could see the baseball field up there painted on the roof. Yeah, even after originally walking into downtown Disney, almost like Disney Springs, getting so used to Florida, but the monorail, so there will be no, there goes the monorail today, because the monorail is completely under construction, as well as, like, I don't want to call this the Esplanade, but this little center area where Build-A-Bear used to be is completely under construction. They're just walls galore all through here. And I'm inside World of Disney right now. Take a look at this shirt right here, the 100 Years of Wonder. You see Big Al on there, you see the Genie on there, you even see Figment. Man, I kind of like this wonderful world of color. I think I'd probably look good in a purple shirt like that. Take a look at that. And over here at the merch, who do I run into? Magic Journeys. So today's the first day of all the Halloween merch?
It all dropped today.
Oh, I thought it came out a couple days ago.
Oh, today.
Yeah.
I think a few things came out.
What is this? Is this a Halloween hat?
Little hat. Isn't that cool?
That's Halloween? Oh, he's scared.
He's scared.
He's like scared Mickey.
Yeah, he's like,
all right. Well, don't spend too much money in here.
No, we're not.
We're
I think this is the only thing we're gonna bring home today.
That's the only one?
Yeah.
That and the hat.
Oh, yeah,
and the pin and the jersey and that right there. All right. Well, good to see you both. You just got back from Florida. Have you put the Florida videos up yet?
We did one, Magic Kingdom,
all right.
and we're gonna do like 2 more here.
Spoiler alert, they went to Florida. All right, I kind of feel like I need to get an Anaheim Halloween shirt, because I'm going to be going back to Florida and doing Florida WDW and other haunt stuff. Oh my gosh, I love this Donald shirt. Right up, I am going to buy that Donald. So remind myself, I'm going to say remind me, or just I'll put it into the universe. I need to buy this on the way out right here, this Donald shirt right there. And then here's the 2023 right here. This says my spooky place, Disneyland, right here. I like all the stuff that actually says Disneyland on it. Horror haunts and hay rides. I like that too. That doesn't say Disneyland on it though. It'd be nice to have one that actually says like Disneyland on it. You know, maybe I'll get this one and maybe I'll get that one. I love that Donald shirt. Oh, this is kind of neat too, with the little crescent quarter moon right there. And here's a close-up of the Donald shirt. I believe it was $29.99. Yeah, 30 bucks for that. Well worth it. Ooh, there's a little scary cap as well. And even got a little area over here of Hocus Pocus. Well, that's Ursula right there. Or Ursula over here. There's some Hocus Pocus stuff on the other side. And of course, there's the pumpkin right there, the jack-o'-lantern. All right, here we go. So here's the Sanderson sisters right here. Even some little plushes of them. A little, I don't know if I'd want to wear this because it's kind of warm. It's not Florida warm, but it's definitely warm. the Sisters 3, and then a little brewing pot, a little witch's pot here, hocus pocus. Yeah, walking in here, it's pretty mellow at the moment. It is about 5:30, it's 5:25 as I'm kind of walking in and about to head underneath the train station through the little tunnel, going in the tunnel on the right, and then we're walking out onto Main Street, USA. It's kind of neat being here because recently, even since the last time I've been home to Florida, I went to Marceline, Missouri, which is the Walt's inspiration for Main Street, USA. So it's kind of cool to, on the same trip, to go to Marceline, Missouri, and then also on the same, in the same, you know, general time frame, to also show up to his recreation of what inspired him to make this in his hometown of Marceline, the real one here in Anaheim. Well, not the real one, but the one that everyone knows and loves and cherishes, Main Street, USA, here at Disneyland. All right, I've decided to head up to the DVC lounge and get myself a beverage up here. They have these freestyle machines here. I'm gonna go with a zero sugar mixed berry touch to pour. I'm gonna get myself a little mixed berry with no sugar in it. I'm not sure what the calorie count would be, but I guess with no sugar, it's probably not too horrible. And I love the fact that they have these spacesuits from the Tomorrowland astronauts up here as well, right next to the drink machines. Check these out. Matterhorn is quite operational at the moment with the waterfall going down. Here, Scarrel the Yeti up there, Harold, but he's scary. Maybe during haunt season, he's Scarrel. This would be a much more impressive angle here if the monorail was going by, but still not too bad. Not too bad with the Seafarer 507. Oh, someone's waving there. Someone's waving there from inside. That's a cast member inside there, waving through the little thing there. But yeah, there's quite a bit of things down. I'm gonna pull up the app. Oh, there's watch out ducks. Watch out ducks. Out of the way, ducks. All right, not as much as I thought, but Mr. Toad's Wild Ride down for refurb, Mint Julep Bar down for refurb, Monorail down for refurb, and of course, Splash Mountain's not down for refurb. It's down for a complete overhaul, so it's not on the list. The soothing sounds of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Right here behind Big Thunder, well, walking down Big Thunder Trail. Seems to be running. I'm gonna board a train, depending on how long the wait time is. I'm gonna board a train. Best remove them. Seriously, one of the best attractions ever. I definitely picked a good time of the day to get out here because the weather is very, very nice. They also announced when Fantasmic either comes back or is going to come back, they're not going to have the dragon through next year. I think I read that correctly. Take a look up here. Tiana's Palace is really coming along. They got the two pillars have already kind of showed up, and the wall's still up. It almost looks like at any point this place will be ready. Right over here in New Orleans Square. I'll walk over to the treehouse here in a minute. Also, I opted not to go on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad because the line was a lot longer than I expected it to be. But yeah, this is gonna be pretty cool when this is open. You cannot get a mint julep at the moment. Mint julep is always a nice tasty treat here in New Orleans Square. But this is what it's gonna look like when it's done right here. And it looks like it's almost done. Walking over here through this little, kind of, I'm gonna call it secret passageway, but less traveled passageway past Fowler's Inn, where the Mark Twain right now is put away for the evening. Even the sailing ship Columbia, which a lot of people call a pirate ship, I've even called it that, is also docked over where the queue line usually is. So neither one of the riverboat or the sailing ship are running at this hour. Right here next to the bait and tackle at Fowler's Inn. I love this little kind of cubby hole area. And it's very quiet now that the Splash Mountain music is no longer running. The Splash Mountain to drop here at Disneyland. Now I will say, I was definitely Team WDW when it came to Splash, far more than the Disneyland version. Had some good times on the Disneyland version, but the Walt Disney World one definitely held near and dear to my heart, even though Jim Varney, Ernest, the character of Ernest, opened the Disneyland one. I think I preferred because you could sit side by side. It was a little more comfortable ride than it was here at Disneyland, but I like this one too. And you can see where the drop was. There's stairs there now. And they have kind of removed the little peak up top there and everything ready for Tiana's Bayou adventure. I do not see the water tower here. They have already put the water tower up at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom's version. Don't see it here yet, though. Oh, that's interesting. Looks like they're gonna have a band playing out on the rivers of America. Maybe that's why the boats aren't running. This is all adorned with musical notes and very beautiful colors there. And you even see a drum kit set up. They must have the jazz band that's playing now in front of Haunted Mansion. Or they're getting ready for their version of Fantasmic. I haven't watched Fantasmic here since the whole fire happened with Maleficent. That is a beautiful thing right there. The Haunted Mansion, New Orleans style. Definitely different here on the West Coast than it is on the East Coast, at least the facade of it is. Sodium cart coming through, sodium cart coming through. Going past the two trees here in front of Pirates, and you get a view of, now they're saying it's inspired by Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, no longer Tarzan's Treehouse. But I guess it's not gonna be a direct version from the classic Disney film, but it is gonna be inspired by. It's gonna be pretty cool to be able to go back up in there whenever that day comes. So it's coming soon. How soon? Very soon. Hey Ira, the kid's here with the broad. Just always thinking about everything as soon. How soon? Very soon. A little movie. I mean, some people might get the movie reference or not, but Adventureland Treehouse inspired by Walt Disney's Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, or at least maybe the film itself. So there's going to be some little nods to the Swiss Family Robinson. Of course, on the other coast, still have the original version, the East Coast version of Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, but over here it was Tarzan for the longest time. Over at the Adventureland Bazaar, they do have some indie merch. I did see the new Indiana Jones movie, the 5th one of the franchise. It was okay. I mean, it was fun. I wouldn't say it's definitely the best. The original 3 are my favorite. Probably actually Raiders is my favorite, followed by Last Crusade. Oh, dang, look over here. There's even a huge wall here, which kind of goes next to the facilities over here. Wow, you cannot even connect from Adventureland to Frontierland anymore. I mean, you can get over to this land, but you have to kind of take the long way back around. They've already dumped off the pins already right over here. Look at Pluto looking very kind of like evil and menacing there. And then you got Mickey over here. I mean, I might buy some pins, but I'm gonna wait till like Halloween and say, look at Midnight Madness. Right there, look at Goofy right up here. This is all new pins that have just been unveiled. And I think I'm gonna hold off on any Halloween pins as of right now. But I always like Mickey pins, and I don't own this one here, which has Mickey with the camera. So I hold the camera, so I like Mickey, so I'm gonna get this one. I don't have this one to add to my collection. And I kind of like this one too. You got Donald and Mickey that are like almost look like the Dapper Dan. So I'm gonna get a couple Mickeys here as well. Here's is that Minnie as the redhead? It is. It's Minnie as the redhead from Pirates. All right, got my first merchandise. I'm gonna definitely buy some more. I'm gonna buy some of the Halloween shirts, but I didn't want to buy any Halloween pins yet. So when you dump out here into this area near the Royal Hall, you can really see they just got a lot of construction going on. I mean, this is just like an overload. I guess this is the time you want to do it, because usually I've always heard with the Disney parks, by the time December rolls around, and on Christmas Day, they want every attraction open, want every ride open, and they want all the facades ready and in pristine condition for the busy season. So I always heard that summer is when they do a lot of the work. All right, over into the Emporium now, where there are a lot of different pumpkins, even the lounge flies over here. And I think I'm gonna end up getting that Donald shirt down here, where they also have the tote bags. They have this one, so I was kind of wondering, I imagine they're gonna have the same thing on the East Coast. I guess the only thing that would set it apart is this says Disneyland here on this side. They also have a darker color shirt, but these actually might be youth sizes, or maybe not. Maybe they're not youth sizes. No, that actually I kind of like that one. Maybe I'll get this color. Now some of these designs, like over here, if they had this in a short sleeve and not a sweater, I would buy that one, right? So I like the Horrors, Haunts, and Hayrise. You guys see Chip and Dale very terrified right there. And that says Disneyland on that one. So I like to get merchandise specifically from both coasts, but I would imagine they're probably the same, and they just changed the location on the bottom. All right, I changed my mind. I went with a darker color on that one, and then I went with the tie-dye yellow with the Donald, the scary, evil Donald. All right, I've crossed the Esplanade and stepped over into Pacific Wharf, where the entrance to Pacific Wharf is right over this way, where they're doing quite a bit of construction. Over at Lucky Fortune Cookery, gosh, when I used to live in this area, I would eat here all the time. I think they've redone the menu since I was always coming out here, but they still have the Little dragon up top there, it looks like. Yeah, all this is being redone for San Francisco Square, which I think some of the food options have already been released, but it's not quite fast. And it appears as if I'm not going to be able to cross the bridge, but you can see the bridge right over there. I thought I'd be able to cut this way and cross the bridge, but they're still doing a little bit of work on it. In fact, it says bridge closed. But this is what it's going to look like when it's done. San Francisco Square, the bridge right here. Bridge closed, but restaurants remain open and mobile order is available. Got a pretty good little sun flare there from the sun that's about to shortly be setting, and you got Mickey's Fun Wheel, or Pixar Pal around now over there. And they still, I'm kind of curious if they're still going to leave the fish option here, where you can get the photo in the bucket of fish right here as you cross over. Look at that, it's pretty good with the sun flare going on there. It's gonna be exciting when all this kind of opens, even though it's kind of soft opened already, where you can still eat in the area, but it just hasn't been completely themed. Yeah, I'll take this way out. I'll go through Radiator Springs, past Radiator Springs Racers, through Cars Land, going over this direction, which is always kind of neat, going through Ornament Valley. And speaking of San Francisco themed areas, the Embarcadero area. So you have this kind of row of houses opening their fans that they purchase through here. It has a lot of scrim and walls up there. I really hope they're not going to get rid of this. Kind of classic San Francisco vibes that we're down here going to the Eureka Springs Wheel Golden Timber Company. But yeah, there's lots of walls through here too. Oh, it even looks like Soarin' has a little scrim around it as well. Soarin' is under a little construction. Now the ride itself is open, but they do have the fences and the scrim up. And of course, then again, the monorail beam. No monorail going across the monorail beam. Not today, monorail. All right, popping over now into the Disneyland Hotel property, where they are soon, I think the end of September, they're going to be opening the new wing over here for the DVC members, and I will be staying here before year end. I will be staying a couple nights here, and I will also be going to Hawaii for a couple of nights before the end of the year, this year, before 2023. If all goes well, good Lord willing, the creek don't rise, if that's the correct phrase, I will be staying here for a couple nights, and I will be staying in Aulani for more than a couple of nights. So that's pretty, it's also interesting how that looks completely different. The hue and coloration of it is different at that Disneyland tower because it's the brand new tower. These are the originals, and then that over there is the brand new, and that is not open, I believe, until end of September. Let's go take a look inside here. And I like this little setup they have here with the old black and white wall photos. And I'm really glad I stopped inside the Disneyland Hotel because they had some merchandise. So I ended up adding another shirt onto the repertoire of items. I ended up getting 3 shirts. So I got plenty of Disney shirts for the upcoming Halloween season. But if you go to any of the Disney DVC hotels, show that you are a DVC club member, there are specialty Halloween shirts they do not have at the Emporium, do not have at World of Disney. So just keep that in mind. If you would like to get something and you are a DVC member, you could get those inside the hotels, and you can get a little bit different, a little altered merchandise that they have to the normal general public guests that they have in the park. So I ended up getting a DVC shirt, Disney Vacation Club Halloween shirt, and I am ready for some Halloween. It's too early, but you know what? Gotta roll with it. And from what I'm hearing, Magic Kingdom in Florida has already put up their Halloween decor down their main street. Now Disneyland has not put theirs up, but they did release the merchandise today. Cannot speak for Florida because I have not been there in a little while to see if they put their merch out, but I was seeing some posts online that the Halloween decor is in full effect, and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, today's, as a recording of this, is August 1st, I think starts on the 11th. 10 days. Disney Halloween is in full East Coast swing. And you know, nothing says Halloween like sweating your nether regions and tuchus off in the summer Florida heat. Early August. Nothing says Halloween like that, so get on board. It's gonna be a wild ride. I wish Mr. Toes was open here. I wish it was, I would have gone. And the West Coast counterpart for Halloween parties here does not kick off till early September with Oogie Boogie Bash. And yes, spoiler alert, I will be going to both Oogie Boogie Bash here and Florida's Mickey's Not So Scary. Sky looking very beautiful. Over there you got the sun that is starting to descend across the horizon, so the sun is kind of glistening off of the clouds. This parking lot, which is now I believe used for cast members, employees, back in the day, 2015, you could park over here and go to downtown Disney for 3 hours. So if the park opened at 8, let's say 8 a.m., you could park here till 11. So you could park here, do some shopping at downtown Disney, and then you could go into the park for a couple hours. If you left by 10:30, got back here by 11, you could be in and out without parking over in the structure. Ah, I miss those days. And got some good merchandise. Halloween, whether we like it or not, is upon us. It is rearing its head quickly, very, very quickly. And I'm just gonna zoom in here on this sunset for one moment. And I'm just gonna end the video right here with the sunrise. Well, the sunrise of the morning, the sunset is setting now. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over. That's not the monorail, but there goes the parking lot tram. I got one in. I got one in. Yeah, for real, the sky looks amazing up here. Also, I always try to park at the top of the parking structure. That way I can always remember where my car is.